morning students, welcome to Royal Palace PU College online classes. So we are dealing with a electrochemistry unit, and in that we have completed up to Nernst equation. According to Nernst equation, we have written for any general reduction, electrode potential of a redox couple is equal to standard electrode potential minus 2.303 RT by NF log 1 by Mn plus ions concentration. This is for any general reduction. Then we have also written for Daniell cell reaction. For Daniell cell reaction, that is Zn plus Cu plus 2 gives rise to Zn plus 2 plus Cu for this reaction. We have written Nernst equation, EMF of Daniell cell is equal to E naught cell minus 2.303 RT by 2F, 2 number of electrons involved in the reaction, log products concentration, that is here zinc plus 2 ions, by copper plus 2 ion concentration. And also we have seen the interrelation between the EMF of the cell and the concentration of the electrochemical or electroactive species, that is concentration of zinc ions and copper ions. I said you, since here negative sign is there, this E cell is inversely related to the concentration of zinc. It is directly proportional to the concentration of copper. That means when the galvanic cell, that is Daniell cell, in the initial stage, when it starts the reaction, what will happen? As the reaction proceeds further, concentration of zinc ions increases, concentration of copper ions decreases. Means as the time passes, what is happening? Zinc undergoes oxidation, that is concentration of Zn plus 2 increases. As the time is passing, concentration of zinc increasing, concentration of copper plus 2 decreasing as the reaction proceeds by the time passes. That means what? EMF of the cell should decrease, no? So EMF of the cell decreases to certain extent, and thereafter at equilibrium it becomes constant. At equilibrium it becomes constant. Now you remember this point. Okay. Now for any general reaction, how to write Nernst equation? For any general reaction, let us assume a general reaction. Small a moles of reactant A reacts with small b moles of reactant B, gives rise to, here let us assume some n electrons are involved, small c moles of product C plus small d moles of product D. Then how to write Nernst equation for this general equation? So Not only zinc Daniell cell, any other cells, any other electrochemical cells, you can write the general equation. You can write in the form of this. That is, EMF of the cell is equal to E naught cell minus 2.303 RT by NF log concentration of products, okay, divided by concentration of reactants raised to their powers, stoichiometric powers, okay, balanced reaction, let us assume. So, this is how generally you will write the Nernst equation for any general reaction. Now, you can obtain equilibrium constant Kc by using EMF of the cell formula. Okay? How you can obtain means, let us see now the relation between relationship between E naught cell and equilibrium constant Kc. Okay? Now, you take a Daniell cell equation only. Let us take Daniell cell equation, Nernst equation. E cell is equal to, you will write that according to Nernst equation, 2.303 RT by NF, or you write 2F because here it is a Daniell cell, you take 2 log concentration of Zn plus 2 ions by concentration of copper plus 2 ions. Now, to get the relation between EMF of the cell and equilibrium constant, we are assuming that the reaction is at equilibrium. The reaction is at equilibrium. Just now I said you, when this reaction is at equilibrium, the net EMF of the cell will be constant. Okay? EMF of the cell will be constant. Why? Because rate of forward reaction, rate of backward reaction, both are same. When both the rates are same, then net EMF, that is E cell, will become 0, constant. Okay? E cell becomes 0 or it will become constant, because rate of forward reaction, rate of backward reaction are taking place simultaneously at the same rate. So, EMF of the cell approaches 0 or it is constant. And at equilibrium meaning is what? The concentration of Zn plus 2 and also the concentration of copper plus 2 now are nothing but equilibrium concentrations. Okay, we are saying it is at equilibrium. At equilibrium means the concentration of products and the concentration of reactants also remain constant, right? That means this ratio of the molar concentrations of the products to that of the molar concentrations of the reactants is nothing but Kc, equilibrium constant. So, since we are assuming the reaction is at equilibrium, the ratio of molar concentration of zinc ions and the molar concentration of copper ions is equal to equilibrium constant Kc. So, I will apply this here. This is now 0. E cell I have said 0, at equilibrium it is 0. Now, 0 is equal to E naught cell minus 2.303 RT by 2F log Kc, log Kc. Okay. Now, if I take E naught cell this side, then negative sign it will come, negative negative you can cancel. So, finally I can write, therefore, E naught cell is equal to 2.303 RT by 2F log Kc, log Kc. Or if you substitute all the terms, as you know, R means what? Universal gas constant. What is its value? 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. T is temperature, 298 Kelvin. F is Faraday, 96,500 coulombs per mole. If you substitute all these values, then finally you can also write E naught cell is equal to 0.0591 by 2 log Kc, by 2 log Kc. Here, since you have started with Daniell cell equation, I have written 2. If it is not Daniell cell, generally what you should take N. For any general reaction, you are taking N number of moles of electrons are involved. So, that means instead of writing 2, you can write N. N means for any given reaction, N value can change. Some reactions N may be 1, some reactions N can be 2, in some reactions N can be 3. So, N involves the number of electrons. Okay? So, that is the relationship between Kc and E naught cell. Clear? Then similarly, how we have derived the relationship between E naught cell and Kc, same we will also derive here some relation between E naught cell and also Gibbs free energy. You know, in the first year thermodynamics you have studied this G, delta G or delta G naught. Delta G means what? Gibbs free energy. Delta G naught is standard Gibbs free energy. Now, what is the relationship between internal Gibbs free energy and EMF of the cell? Now, let us consider the galvanic cell or the Daniell cell. What is the work done by that cell? See, in that cell what is happening? Chemical energy getting converted to electrical energy. So, which type of work is done by the Daniell cell? It is the electrical work done by the system. And how to define electrical work done by the system? It is the total amount of charge. It is the total amount of charge passing through the point under a potential gradient. So, I can say electrical work done by the system is equal to NFE, where N stands for number of moles of electrons, F stands for Faraday. N into F is nothing but charge, the total amount of charge passing under a potential difference E or through a potential E. So, this is the electrical work done by the system. So, in galvanic cells, what is happening? Chemical energy is getting converted to electrical energy, right? And what is the type of work done by that cell? It is converting chemical energy to electrical energy. And how to write electrical work done? Electrical work done by the system is equal to total amount of charge passing through the point under the potential, that is NFE represents electrical work done by the system. And how this work is done? by utilizing chemical energy. What is chemical energy? It is nothing but the stored form of energy in the chemicals, whether it may be zinc rod or whether it may be copper rod you are taking. From where the potential is generated? Due to the oxidation and reduction reactions. What are oxidation and reduction reactions? Those are chemical reactions. That means the energy which is stored inside the chemicals is going to convert into electrical energy. So, the energy which is stored only we are calling it as Gibbs energy at standard conditions. What is G? Internal, it is nothing but a form of internal energy. It is nothing but a form of internal energy at constant conditions, at standard condition, right? That means electrical work is done by utilizing delta G or internal energy, right or not? So, I will give the relation delta G is equal to minus NF E cell, okay. That is, here I will write delta G reversible, because generally in thermodynamics we consider reversible reactions, reversible changes. So, internal energy or the Gibbs free energy is equal to minus NF E cell, okay. So, Gibbs free energy and electrical work done, how they are related? Delta G reversible is equal to minus NF E cell. Minus NF E cell, why we are taking negative sign? Because this work is done by utilizing its Gibbs free energy. That is why you should take negative sign in this equation. Or I can write this one as delta G standard is equal to minus NF E naught cell. E naught cell means standard EMF of the cell, standard EMF of the cell. So, this is the relationship between internal Gibbs free energy and E naught cell of the galvanic cell, okay. And you should remember always delta G is extensive property, and delta E naught, or simply you can write E naught also. E naught is intensive property. Now, what is the meaning of extensive property and intensive property? In thermodynamics, you will study that all those properties which are dependent on number of moles or mass of the substance, those properties are called extensive properties. In thermodynamics, you will define what are intensive properties? Mass independent properties. The properties which does not depend upon the number of moles are said to be intensive properties. That is, EMF, standard EMF of the cell is not dependent on its mass, because standard EMF itself we take that the unit molar concentration of redox couples. We always fix the concentration unity, means mass remains constant. That means E naught is a intensive property, whereas G depends upon the number of moles. That means the more the amount of compound you will take, the more the delta G, or the less the number of compound or number of moles you take, lesser will be the delta G. So, delta G is extensive property, it depends upon number of moles. Delta E naught or E naught is intensive property, it does not depend upon number of moles. And one more final relation between delta G and equilibrium constant. In the first year, we have studied delta G is equal to RT or 2.303 RT log Kc. So, these relations we can use in the numerical problems, to solve different, to calculate either Kc or to calculate delta G or E naught, whatever may be the question is asked on. Okay. So, with this the So, with this all the relations we have completed with E naught cell, delta G and Kc. Now, by using we can solve different types of problems. So, thank you for now, we will continue in the next topic.